Hello and welcome. This is Borno Restoration. I am Jesse Tafida. Today on the program, we will take you through achievements of the state governor, Professor Babagana Zulum, into education sector. The sector has continued to attract government attention despite years of protracted conflict in the state. This is a deliberate attempt to address the menace of out-of-school children and engrave the culture of education in the psyche of its younger population. But before we track all these stories, let's bring you up to speed with Borno today. Election season is here, and the narratives are building up around candidates, political parties, and issues surrounding it. While social media has many advantages during such period, getting genuine information may come at a cost. This is because of influx reports coming from various sources without authenticity. It mostly results to political unrest. But these stakeholders are here to put bloggers and social media influencers on notice that political campaigns are on and there is need to exercise caution in their online posts.
We are creating this workshop to create awareness and come up with an action point that we can develop by all stakeholders in order to ensure that election no be do or die fear war. And we should mind the way we use social medias. We should use it to express ourselves, yes, but we should not use it to promote hate messages.
Youth have that energy, they have the knowledge, they have the time to spread good news to people, especially building relationship. And peace building is all about relationship.
Experts call on bloggers to resist the temptation from politicians that may want to use their platform to propagate hate speeches. Other stakeholders underscore the importance of objective and peaceful social media posts of political events.
When I saw the youth, I was so happy because the youth are the people that are supposed to give awareness to others.
If the youths spread fake news or they are fighting violence in the election, we don't have any future. Without the youths, we can't stand.
Months ahead that will lead up to the 2023 general elections in Nigeria will be critical for bloggers and social media influencers owing to the inflow of political messages that will be in circulation. But ensuring accurate information regarding politics before posting, especially on social media, is key to achieving a peaceful 2023 elections. It's a youth crowd of supporters, young and old, have come out in their numbers to rally support for the presidential candidate of the APC and the state governor. Like a carnival of sorts, the group marched from the Ramat Square, Maiduguri, occupying major roads in the city center. Participants say they are sending a strong message to Nigerians that APC has all it takes to win the 2023 general election.
We are here to show our support and to reassure them our commitment and our loyalty to the party, and we vow to produce nothing less than 2 million votes to APC. With this number, with the women, with the youth, with the people living with disability, with all and sundry, I am assuring you that APC will form this government comes 2023 by God's grace.
We don't need them to go anywhere campaigning. We would campaign for them. We will follow all the 27 local governments. We will go door-to-door campaign. Do what? The units, everything we'll do for them, and they have nothing to do. Let them sleep. We'll do it for them.
Music is at full blast as this group of youths march through the streets of Maiduguri. Their destination is the government house, where they are received by the Deputy Governor, Umar Usman Kadafo.
They are convinced, they are all aware of what the government have been doing for the people. Governance is all about people. So we are their servants and we serve them well. They are just coming to show solidarity, and we are happy that they understand that, yeah, we have done well for them.
We have to do it. It's our responsibility to do this. The vice president is from us, the governor is performing, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is performing too. So it's our responsibility for our youth to come out and show our solidarity here.
It is said that the growth of any society depends on the level of education available to its citizens. The education sector in Borno State has been devastated by more than a decade-long insurgency, forcing thousands of children to be out of school. But the Zulum administration came in with a 10-packed development agenda, with revamping the education sector as a key component. From primary to higher and tertiary institutions, it's been massive development of the sector in the Northeast state. Let's take this report.
Provided furnitures to the entire classes.
Here. So many people are rushing to come here.
We can't show our feeling about this school. Why? Because in Gwenge, London, Chiki, and custom area, there is no senior secondary school. We are the one who start and push this effort to governor when we are selected from Goenke committee, what support committee to GIZ. This was as a community members or stakeholders to go and write our aims and objectives. And we write it to the governor. And we thank God, all what we write it, we have it is done with us.
Believe you me, you cannot go to many states and get this kind of edifices. Up to this moment, the state government is still, considering providing infrastructures to the university, because the objectives, the philosophy of the state government is that the state government wants a world-class university, a university that can bear its name, a university that can stand anywhere in the world and be called a university. That's why you can see that there are a lot of infrastructures like the faculties, like student hostels, that anything that can accommodate the students. If you see some other states, they just turn some other secondary schools into universities, or some other structures to universities, which is not befitting. But here, ab initio, the state government says no, we have to start with something concrete. And that's why the state government built all these things. And in terms of support, the predecessor to this governor and this governor also, they are heavily committed. In fact, the funding now is enough to run the activities of the university every month. We don't have any problem. And this is because the governor is also passionate to see that the university stands on its feet and then rub shoulders with other universities.
These interventions are deliberate attempts by Governor Babagana Zulum to reposition and revamp the education sector. Borno State is no doubt breasting the odds and rising above the ashes from a state ravaged by insurgency to a home of mega schools and education paradise in Nigeria. To bring us up to speed with the plans put in place by the administration of Governor Zulum to further uplift the education sector, I had a chat with the State Commissioner for Education, Lawan Abba Wakilbi. I started by asking him achievements of the Zulum administration in the sector so far. Take a listen.
At the peak of the insurgency, the figures given are as follows. Total number of people displaced, 2 million. According to World Bank RPBA report, total number of school infrastructure destroyed, about 5,000. According to UNICEF, total number of students out of school at that time, 1,229,000. According to our SEMA and NEMA, total number of orphans, 56,000. Total number of widows, 49,000. And the 1.2 million we are talking about are children whose schooling were disrupted. His Excellency Governor Kashim Shettima started the building of mega schools. Then the regime of His Excellency Governor Zulum consolidated on that. From 2019 to date, in school infrastructure, His Excellency Professor Zulum has built 24 mega schools of 60, 50, and 40 classroom capacity. And we have commissioned about 19 now. The rest are in the series of commissioning. His Excellency has completely rehabilitated 108 schools. He has built 432 classrooms in 48 schools. He has built conveniences in 242 schools in the first phase, 108 schools in the second phase, 108 schools now about to commence in the third phase. That is as far as infrastructure is concerned. He has recruited 800 teachers. He has mainstreamed almost 600,000 students. He has returned back 11 rural schools that were initially in Maiduguri. And he has given books, uniforms, and other school items free to 231,000 students. Government under the Borno State School Feeding Program is currently feeding 67,000 students single meal and about 30,000 students 3 square meals. Any student that is enrolling into a Borno State government school in the rural area, government gives him from uniform to bags to books free. We have shared 10,000 bicycles to rural students to aid rural school mobility. 800 teachers were recruited, science-based teachers, to boost the figure of teachers. 5,439 teachers benefited from the minimum wage after a competency test. 415 will be rolled into that also, and the competency test would continue. Modern teachers' quarters were built in Maiduguri, Banki, and Mafa for teachers, and more are in the pipeline. So if I keep on going, we'll spend the whole time trying to roll out his achievements.
Bring us up to speed on the enrollment of displaced children to school.
UNICEF published a report that we have 1.8 million children out of school, and majority of them are in the rural areas. Since we started, so many rural schools were established. Just in the last 2 months, we have opened a new school in Gumsuri in Damboa for the IDPs in that place. His Excellency has built a brand new 30 classroom mega schools, technical school in Balala, which is a Chibok community. We are opening a new school in Askira. We have opened 2 schools in Goza to now help enroll the IDPs in Goza. We have opened a new school in Polka. We are now trying to open 2 schools in Ngoshe and Kirawa, which are Goza communities. We have opened a new school in Banki, in Bama. We have opened an additional government day secondary school in Bama. We have opened a new school in Mafa. We have a school in Dikwa. We are trying to expand the school in Gamboru. The school in Gubio has just picked up. We are working on Gajiram, which His Excellency, we enrolled 7,500 orphans in Monguno for mainstreaming. And then the Muhammadu Buhari Academy is holding about 3,000 girls drawn from all the shores of the IDP affected areas. So the combined effort, according to BESDA records, we have, through the formal, mainstreamed about 281,014 students back into school. And that is purely the effort of His Excellency Governor Zulum. If you notice, majority of these mega schools, the 24 I have mentioned, are outside Maiduguri. Only 6 are in Maiduguri. And that is to create access to students that are in those communities. That has been our priority. If you look at it, we crisscross local areas. As I'm talking to you, I was just from the Zabarmari community where we built a school. And in 2 days, the school had 400 students enrolled. So if that school was not in place, there's no way these 400 students will go to school. So you could see a lot of effort is being done in rebuilding schools. Not only rebuilding schools, we give them everything from books to uniforms to whatever they need. In the next few days or weeks, you will find out that His Excellency will invite you to commission 7 schools. And except for one, all the 6 are in the rural area. Even one is in the fringes of Maiduguri, in the part of Bolori tree they call Blabudinde, which is in Garnam, which is a Boko Haram affected area also.
The question of how secure the schools are would come to mind, and what can you say about that?
You see, we have one thing to thank God and President Muhammadu Buhari for. Tranquility has returned to the state. In the past, for you to appreciate what has happened, you have to look at where we are, where we were, and where we are today. We had 15 out of our 27 local governments taken over. Now, all the local governments have come back. Schooling is in 26 local government. The only local government that schooling is not taking place in the local government headquarters is Guzamala. But there's a school in Mairari, which is a part of Guzamala. So, basically, most of these places are secured. And to God be the glory, we have not had any attack or threat. And the Borno model of mass surrender of Boko Haram insurgents has also helped the situation greatly. So if you look at it, the attacks are getting further and further away. And there's enthusiasm of coming to school, and there's no attack whatsoever on the students. Nevertheless, we are still going by all recommendations of the Safe School Initiative. The Nigerian police and the Nigerian army have also helped in securing the school.
How much is the state taking care of its teachers?
We have 17,400 teachers at LEA level. And His Excellency directed that we should subject them to a competency test. At the end of the competency test, we expect teachers to be graded into 3: qualified, not qualified but trainable, not qualified, untrainable. So we got 5,439 that are qualified.